My pops is a G. He's a G for real. I remember when I was in the California Youth Authority, right? I had got green lighted by all the Southern Hispanics. Basically what that means is anytime a Southern Hispanic sees me, he is obligated to rush me on sight. Sometimes I used to get jumped. Sometimes it'd be 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, whatever it may be. And I used to go to visiting. Thank you, Jen, for the roses. I used to go to visiting with like bumps and bruises, black eyes, busted lip, whatever, right? And every time my family, my mom and dad used to see me at visiting, the thing was my mom, she wasn't good at driving on the freeway. So my dad had a driver from San Diego to the YA I was at in LA called Nellis, right? And so that's why my dad used to always come up there with my mom. And he hardly ever talked at visiting. He was just there, right? Me, my mom, my dad, we'd be grubbing, whatever. But my dad was always quiet. But I used to go to visiting like bumps and bruises, constantly fighting every day, right? I did 4 years in the California Youth Authority, and the 4 years that I did there, I fought hundreds of fights. Hundreds! With the S, right? I fought every day, right? For 4 years. Craziest 4 years of my life, but that's a whole nother story. But what I'm trying to get at, thank you, Jen, for the roses. I appreciate you. What I'm trying to get at is that I remember going to visiting one day, and my mom was tripping. She's like, what's up with all these bumps and busted lips and all that black eyes, and you know what I'm saying, your nose is all swollen, like, well, what's going on? And I told her, basically, I explained to her, Mom, I'm green lighted. I got green lighted by the essays. And the reason why I got green lighted by the essays because there was a gang called the TRGs, right? And they were basically green lighted at that time by the Mexican Mafia. And basically in the California Youth Authority, all the Southsiders had the TRGs on green light. So that meant any Southsiders, anytime they saw a TRG, they had to rush them. They had to get off on them on sight. And then they had a rule that anybody that helped the TRG when they were getting jumped on or whatever will automatically get green lighted too. So those are my people. I mean, in the California Youth Authority, Asians, we were like the minority. Out of like thousands of people in the institution, there was probably like, I would say less than 20 Asians in the whole entire institution. And they were spread out between like 15 buildings. So like the building I was in, there was probably like only 3 of us. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, one of the homies for TRG rolled up. The essays jumped on him. I jumped in to help the homie. I'm not going to let you jump my people. I don't care if I get green lighted. I don't care if I got to fight 1,000 people. You're not going to jump my people. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all could get head up fades all day, but jumping them is out, right? So as soon as they jumped on the homie, I jumped in and they automatically green lighted me. That's why I was green lighted in YA. And then from then on, I was getting rushed and jumped and all that every single day, right? But anyways, I went to visiting and I was all lumped up. And my mom was tripping, and I told her, I explained to her, like, I'm fighting, Mom, basically fighting every day. You know what I'm saying? These essays trying to kill your boy, right? and my dad, for the first time, he actually talked, and he was like, look, son, he said, I was locked up before, right? And he said, I'm letting you know now. He said, whatever you're going through in here, whatever fights you're having to fight, getting jumped, or whatever you're going through with all these essays or whatever, it's nothing compared to what I went through when I was in prison back in Vietnam. It's nothing compared to what I survived. And I'm listening to him like, bro, you have no idea what the hell I'm going through. What you mean? What you mean it's nothing compared to what you went through in Vietnam? I'm not telling him this. I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, Pops, you got me twisted. You got me effed up, right? Because whatever you went through back in Vietnam can't compare to what I'm going through right now. Because this shit is crazy. I'm fighting every single day, getting jumped every single day. Like, constantly. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, I got PTSD? I got PTSD because I stayed on a constant state of alert, like watching my back. Motherfucker make a little noise, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, ready to fight, right? So my pops is telling me this. He's like, look, what you're going through right now can't compare to what I've been through. What you're going through, I went through 10 times worse than you, right? And I'm just sitting there in YA. I'm about like 14, 15 years old at the time, like whatever. My pop's talking out the side of his neck, right? Until later on, when I was like in my 30s, my sister came to visit me in prison and told me the whole get down. My dad's history, how he was locked up in a prison camp in Vietnam, how he was getting tortured and all that. Then it made sense to me. I was like, yeah, my pops is absolutely right. What I was going through in the California Youth Authority, being green lighted and jumped on every single day by these essays, couldn't compare to the 3 years that he did in a prison camp in Vietnam, literally getting tortured every day by his own people who consider him an enemy of the state. So I am proud to say that my dad's blood, his spirit, it flows through my body. You feel what I'm saying? The reason why I didn't realize it, but the reason why I was able to survive and go through all the stuff that I went through, and come out all right, it's because I'm my father's son. You feel me? And not to take no credit from my mama either, because my mama's a soldier too. So I'm my mother and my father's son. You feel me?